Hey friends, welcome to my video. Thanks for clicking on my thumbnail. Glad you're here with the ILIKE team. Now today, friends, it has been about a week, and that means we are finally here with more news. Yes, that is right. KPOP Junkee has just posted, and I mean just posted. I pulled this up 35 seconds after I got the notification. So we are here. We are excited. It's been like a week since some news, but also about a week ago, he posted this video as well, which we're going to watch at the end for some, I don't know, some more free fun KPOP Junkee content. But before we get into this, obviously, I need y'all to make sure that you like the official and original video on KPOP Junkee's channel to support him, because he keeps us up to date on the news, unbiased, just telling us how it be, and he makes great videos. So yeah, this week we got a lot to check out. I'm looking at the title here and seeing lots of stuff. So yeah, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, click play.
We're gonna try a little bit of a different format today because so much has happened in the K-pop world. I feel like I haven't uploaded in a month, but it's only been a week.
It's literally been a week, bro. Like.
So
has not been a month,
but K-pop world. I feel like I haven't uploaded in a
so
month,
these
but
days.
it's only been a week. I would have uploaded earlier, but some guy had the audacity to interrupt while I was trying to record. I'm trying to record. I was just trying to put my phone.
Come on, Dre, you throw. Come on, Dre, you messing us up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Shut up, Dre.
My jawline's coming back. I love it.
Look at that. Look at that jawline.
Damn.
Famous
Bro.
guy. Famous guy.
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah, son. Famous guy.
Famous guy.
Whoever that guy was, check out his second channel to maybe see what was going on there. Check out his Twitch as well. I'm also coming back from some concerts, so this is also me catching up on the news as well.
Absolutely.
And no, I was not at the one where someone put their baby on stage.
Oh my god, is that how we're starting this? This was crazy! Nah, this was crazy.
And no,
okay, yeah, let's talk about it.
I was not at the one where someone put their baby
NMIXX.
on stage.
Let's talk about
I'm sure
it.
you guys have seen it by now, but for those who haven't, NMIXX just started their showcase tour in the US, and
Still
at
wish
the
I
end of
could've
their
gone to
first
this.
show, the girls were interacting with the fans,
first
taking
one.
their phones, when all of a sudden, a baby appears on the stage.
What
Now,
kind
I'm not
of
the parent, so I have
parenting?
no right to tell them what to do. I will say, the first thought that popped up in my head was concern for the baby's ears. I even started wearing earplugs at concerts just to protect my ears in the long
concerts
run.
be so loud.
I can imagine a baby up there with the lights and the speakers. I also feel bad for QJ. Look, I know it's cute to see NMIXX's baby with the baby, but you could tell she was extremely worried.
Yeah, it's like, you can't... How do you just... Okay, I don't know if it was just like you weren't paying attention and their baby wandered up on stage, but I kind of doubt that's how that happened, because how would that happen? I feel like you have to literally put your baby on the stage for your baby to, well, to be on stage. So, like... I don't know about this. The other thing is, I feel like, see, as an introvert, if that baby was me, I feel like he probably walked up and said, now, let's be honest here. This is NMIXX we're talking about. Now, this is their first, like, tour thing, okay? So, they're not selling out stadiums by any means. But assuming they're in, like, at least a decent-sized venue, that baby's on stage, he looks up and he's like, I know I have stage fright for the rest of my life. Oh my god, there's like 1,000 people staring at me. At bare minimum, probably like multiple thousands. Let's be honest. There's multiple thousands of people staring at the... If you see Q-Tin take steps forwards and then bend over and then pick up a baby, if you're in that venue, you're gonna be like, what's going on? And everyone stares at that baby instantly. And now, like...
Cute to see NMIXX's
maybe that baby's gonna be a
baby,
pop star in the future. Who knows?
Was
Maybe he was vibing up there. I don't know,
despite
but
still handling it like a pro, immediately getting
Absolutely.
the baby off stage, not even taking phones anymore, just for the sake of everybody's safety.
Said
And
no
she
phones.
did end up playing with the baby from a bit of a safer distance. As you guys know, we try to only talk about situations that have some kind of official response or action. But the baby hasn't responded to my emails. Some people think this baby also made an appearance at the Stray Kids concert. But there's no way to verify that. I guess it wouldn't be surprising at this point. Certainly not as surprising as the announcement of EXO Kai's Enlistment.
I was okay, now guys, I've been kind of confused with it. Before you talk to this, the main thing that confuses me is they dropped a SuperM trailer earlier this year, okay? And if they drop a SuperM trailer, okay, Taemin comes back, and then all of a sudden he gets announced to, I mean, okay, you know what? Cool, he just came back, he did his own solo rounds, but like, what does that mean? I saw the beams in the SuperM trailer. Like, what?
I guess it wouldn't be surprising at this point. Certainly not as surprising as the announcement of EXO Kai's Enlistment out of nowhere. And it seems like even he wasn't ready for it. So even though he was preparing for EXO's comeback as a full group, he'll now be enlisting just a few days from now. SM stated that the reason this is sudden is due to recent changes in the military's regulations, but are now accused of lying and covering up their poor planning because the military responded saying there have been no recent changes to any of the rules. Right after the news, Kai went live to speak with fans. He was in tears for a lot of it, talking about how much he had prepared and had in store for fans, and that he only just found out as well. But on the bright side, just like he said he would fight and even blackmail SM to make sure it happens, Kai will hold a free fan meeting and
I saw this. No, this is the one. This is my guy. Okay. I mean, this is kind of like funny more so than like, I mean, him getting just thrown at like, if he didn't really make this decision and it was all the, I'm like, what the heck? But like, okay, let's assume there was maybe even the slightest ounce of, he was like, I'm okay with this, right? Well, then if you look at it like this, then he's like, okay, fine. Y'all forcing me to go to, fine. I was doing all this practicing, but fine. But just so y'all know, I got the spoon. We're having a fan meeting, and I'm saying goodbye to my fans for the next 2 years. Hey, me and my fans we're close like that. You not finna just do this to them. No, sir.
live stream to be with fans right before he enlists. Thankfully, Kai went on live stream again after the fan meeting announcement, seeming a little more content about the whole thing. Today is actually the day N-Flying's Dongsang and GOT7's Jin Young go off to start their military service, and Jin Young's fellow member BamBam also live streamed recently and actually responded personally regarding the backlash involving NewJeans Herin. We talked about this in a previous video, and I don't want to misrepresent the situation by summarizing it, so check out that more in-depth video if you don't know what this is about. BamBam has now spoken on this, saying people just cut things off to make him out to look like the bad guy. This is something that's been bothering him every day for 3 weeks now, that everyone just believes everything they see online, like this 10-second clip. He appreciates the people that trust him, but says that if you don't want to support, to at least stop hating and just let him live.
And that's basically all you had to say. I'm gonna be honest. That's what happened. I feel like this happened, and it's been happening for years, but like lately, I swear, like once every other video, he's making a video and he says something where an idol will have this like thing happen, and then the idol will be like, hey yo, you took that out of context, or I literally just, and then all of a sudden the people are like, yeah, but I don't care. And then it just keeps going on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, sometimes, and I'm not, like, sometimes things are deserved. Sometimes it's like, well, that's crazy. You can't do that as an idol. But sometimes it's like y'all take a clip out of context and then y'all just run with it and run with the narrative. And then running with the narrative is bad because then other people, okay, who don't even do their research will just see enough people talking about it and just assume. Assuming's not good, but you know it's going to happen. We live on the internet, okay? That's just how it be. People are going to assume on the internet. And so, like, y'all need to relax. Anyways, Mommy Chaewon's on the screen, so let's talk about it.
Don't want to support, to at least stop hating and just let him live. LESSERAFIM's Chaewon, on the other hand, had a whole different kind of response when it came to their accusations. Of course, the girls are back with Unforgiven, working with the legendary Nile Rodgers. Well, apparently, some music critics started raising suspicions that LESSERAFIM were plagiarizing singer Rosalia. They first started pointing out the resemblances between the Anti-Fragile concept with Rosalia, and then claimed that Unforgiven also gives them, quote, Rosalia vibes. The girls were then directly asked about this during their showcase, to which Chaewon responded saying LESSERAFIM's songs and concepts contain their own stories and messages and would appreciate if you consider them as
You know how many pop songs? I went over this last time when you were doing the Cupid. The one guy was like, Ayo, Cupid. Now that song's popping, I might as well talk about it. Yeah, I want my money. You stole that song from me, give me my money. And like, I went and checked them out. They weren't the same. They didn't even have the same chord progression. I mean, they sounded kind of similar, sure, but like, to say that something is plagiarized in pop music is crazy, because like, I don't know, like, if you're getting in some super subgenres of music, like you start getting real deep into it and then two songs sound really similar, well, maybe I could bat an eye and I'd be like, okay, let's give this an honest look. But like, in like, just the grand scheme of K-pop music, when two songs or sound similar in K-pop music, I'm like, okay, whatever. Or in pop music and K-pop, it's like, well, I'm not saying plagiarism didn't happen, but you really have to like look into this and make sure they actually sound like the same, because otherwise, getting inspired by something isn't necessarily a bad thing. If you're saying musicians can't be inspired by other musicians, then music's just gonna die. Like, straight up music's gonna die. And samples are a thing. Like, if you think of Ives Afterlike, if any of you like that song, it's predominantly a sample. And so, like, if you're saying samples can't happen in music either at this point, then, like, bro, creativity in music is just gonna die outright, and you're never gonna hear anything original, brand new. Artists aren't gonna come back as much because they don't have songs to put out, because they're gonna be scared that everything they do is gonna be oh, that's plagiarism. So they just won't put up, like, y'all need to stop it with all this plagiarism stuff. I mean, sometimes, yes, there's been, like, notable songs that have been coming out. It's like, this was plagiarized by insert. And so I'm not saying everything needs to be overlooked, but a lot of the time, it really does. And you just making comparisons between concepts and things, okay, maybe. There's, like, that whole AESPA thing that was going on a few years ago, where AESPA's, like, entire concept, it was like, oh, by the way, this teaser picture, this whole music video, this is... Okay, yeah, there's instances where that stuff actually happens. So I'm not saying to overlook everything. I'm just like... Bro, it seems like there's always, everywhere I go, it's just, this song was plagiarized. This song was plagiarized. This concept was plagiarized. And then I look into it myself, and I'm like, I don't know about all that.
Creations. But she doesn't stop there. It looks like she references Rosalia's chewing gum pose seen in a fan cam. I don't think as a knock toward Rosalia herself,
I don't
rather
think it is
toward
either.
the accusations and the critics making them. 50/50 also denied their plagiarism accusations after a Turkish singer posted on Instagram pointing out the similarities between their song Cupid and a song he released back in 2017. Their company initially stated they would check in with the original producer of Cupid, and have now followed up saying the producer wasn't even aware of the Turkish song in question. There are similarities in terms of characteristics of pop music, but they don't think it's plagiarism. We'll have to see if there's a response to this and this continues.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Still breaking records
Shout out their
and
company.
setting unprecedented
Because, like, their company, you know, how they, like, they're just all of a sudden famous. Like, this company formed themselves from 50/50. I mean, they could have hoped this would happen, but they didn't imagine this would happen. Realistically, they were like, this probably won't happen. You know, the girl group competition is so dense these days. We're going to do our best, make good music, and budget behind these girls, but, like, they blew up so fast. It's like, okay, well, let's be honest. We hadn't heard of y'all. We're just trying to do our own thing. It's hard enough to make it in the realm of K-pop. I've never heard your song, but, like, I don't mean that disrespectfully. Your song sounded pretty good. It was pretty similar to the one that I made. I respect that. And so, like, yeah, you know.
Especially for a rookie group from a smaller company. Thankfully, member Aran's recent surgery was successful. Whenever she's ready, they can return and continue this crazy momentum they have right now. Unfortunately, we have other idols that will be out for a bit due to their health. B2B's Peniel will be taking a short break from their recent comeback promotions due to a back injury. By the way, great song they just...
So good. I was about to comment on how good his rapping was and how good that song was. Oh my god, go listen to B2B's new song.
Comeback promotions due to a back injury. By the way, great song they just came back with, Wind and Wish. I love it. Hyuning Bahia will also be stepping away from Kepler Promotions for a while due to the loss of a family member. And even though he's been trying to perform on a chair for a while, KQ Entertainment has now announced that ATEEZ Woo Young will suspend his activities to focus on recovering his ankle. Not only that,
and that, I hope, bro. Oh, there's so...
So much is happening this week.
Obviously, whenever we have to focus on the part of the video where a lot of negative things are happening or idols are injured or stuff like that, it's always just like, I send my positive vibes, my positive energy your way. I hope everything can get better and all that. With respect, you know, I'm just hoping it all, you know.
Not only that, KQ also had to announce that Junghoon from Psychers, who just debuted, will now undergo knee surgery. If you play sports, you know an ACL injury can be quite severe.
Is it ACL?
A relatively long time to recover
yeah, no, those are bad.
So hopefully everything goes smoothly for him during this.
Oh, no, that is actually bad. Yes, I do. I did play sports, and I can. Those are. I've never actually had one happen, but I actually had a teammate. I used to play football. I was a lineman, and the teammate next to me, not to get like too, but he essentially had that same injury happen mid-game, and I was like. He was explaining what happened, and I'm sitting there like, ow. And then all of a sudden, I find out, like, he was out for, like, months. Like, obviously, the whole season he was gone. And it was like, bro. So, like, actually, I don't know how he got injured. But best of luck to you and your recovery, because, ow.
But, as you guys know, we also celebrate the
positive, but it's positive
time.
In
K-pop.
I'm excited.
Someone who went on hiatus all the way back in May of 2022.
Wait, we got news about this?
And then left YG in November of 2022. Was Bang Yera. But we might get to see him sooner than later because he's now created his own personal Instagram account stating he's preparing to greet everyone soon. As someone who watches
I was a fan of him. I wasn't like the biggest like Treasure fan. I mean, I'm a big fan of their music, but I didn't like watch too much content. I don't know too much about him. Never watched you know, the treasure show, treasure box, treasure map, all whatever it is, all the stuff. But
in treasure box,
you know,
his career in treasure. I can't wait to see what he has in store for
Same.
us. It also
He's
looks
so
like
talented.
the girls of IOI reunited to celebrate their 7th anniversary.
Let's go,
I
IOI!
love that they're still doing this after all these
They
years,
keep doing
no
this every
matter
year.
where they are.
Let's
I'm
go.
always hoping for a reunion comeback. I think it's inevitable one day. I mean,
Has
T-Top
to.
announced plans for their first group comeback in 4 years.
Oh,
It seems to be
go
happening
crazy.
because UJ6's project group covered their song on an NBC variety show, which allowed their
Sick.
past tracks to get back on the charts again. And if anyone knows what it's like to climb back on the charts, it's
Brave Girls is
Girls,
back?
who we previously talked about getting back together as a full group under
I
Warner
did see
Music
this.
Korea.
Let's go.
And they have now announced their new name, BB Girls. I do
BB
kind of
Girls?
wish they
Wait, is
could
that
have
what
kept
it
the
is?
name Brave Girls like GOT7 and IKON, but
Yeah.
with the name so closely associated with Brave Brothers and Brave Entertainment, I
Brave
do
Brothers
understand
Girls.
why they didn't allow that. So it is good to hear
Yeah.
that Sungyu has now set up a company that will hold all the trademark rights related to Infinite.
Wait, but BB Girls is just Brave Brothers Girls. Scammed.
It
BB
is good to
Gun,
hear
Brave
that
Brothers
Sungyu
Girls.
has
Like,
now set up a company that will hold all the trademark rights related to Infinite, as they
Infinite?
seem to be planning to reunite for their
Oh.
13th anniversary.
13th.
Congrats to Seven, who just got married, and the wedding was basically a huge YG reunion. It brings me back to see all these faces together again. I'm pretty sure
Dang, that is
Gar
a-
confronted GD about the limited edition shoes and clothes from his recent Nike
Sheesh.
collaboration. She posted the custom embroidery that actually misspelled her name as Sundari,
Oh.
calling it out all in good fun, of course. But then again, I wouldn't want her to have one with a mistake on it, so Dar, you can send that one to me.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Just reach out, kpopjunkie@gmail.com in the
My
description
God.
below. Here are all the comebacks that have happened.
All right, Unforgiven, amazing. Wyndham was amazing. You, great. Cherry Talk, amazing. Spicy, like good,
It's the
great.
last
I
video
love
from
it.
LESSERAFIM to Bang Young-gook's solo. IKON's first
I
comeback
didn't.
outside of
Let's
White.
see. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't check this one out. Maybe I should listen to that on my own time. Wait, Changmin put out a song. Maybe that's for like an OST. I don't know. I should probably check that out because I don't know. I like him.
G
Facts.
and Triple S's new subunit, Crystallize, who I hope can overcome the external forces and companies that are holding them back from performing at music shows. We'll dive
Yeah.
deeper into that if they're able to share more information about it later on.
Or
AESPA is
what?
finally
Wait,
back.
what's
up.
happening with that? I haven't seen it. Wait, there's like, huh? They're not able to perform at music. No wonder, because okay, when that music video dropped, it said it was dropping one day on K Profiles, which is where I like keep up with my schedules, and they're like, all right, it comes out today, and I looked, it wasn't there. I was like, where's the music video? But they had like the song was already out. They were like doing like music video or not music video reactions, like fan chant guides and whatnot. And I'm like, you're doing the fan chant guide before the music video comes out? I'm confused. What's happening here? And then eventually, randomly, like the next day at like some hour that I didn't know when, it just dropped. Maybe okay, I'm not that like into Triple S, so maybe that was known. That was when the music video was coming out. But I was like, normally K Profiles is not wrong when things come out. So like I was just confused. I was like, what? This is throwing me off.
Deeper into that if they're able to share
But
more information.
I don't know what's going
about it
on with
later
that, but hopefully,
AESPA is
you know.
finally back and have already set the first day sales record for girl groups 6 days after LESSERAFIM.
LESSERAFIM was breaking records. That's my girls. AESPA now breaking records. That's my girls. Let's go.
With over 1 million sales, 17 has now broken the record for the best-selling K-pop album in history, and they did it in a week. No wonder Dino's parents are dancing, which, by the way, I see
Wait,
where the
that's his
talent
parents?
came from. They actually killed that.
Wait,
I believe the
actually?
previous-
Hold on. Wait,
in
that's his
history,
parents?
And they did it in a week. No wonder Dino's parents
Ugh.
are dancing, which, by the way, I see where the talent
Hey!
came from.
Wait, bro
They
was kind of.
actually
Wait,
killed
his
that.
dad is going crazy. Like the mom was killing it too, but his dad was kind of going crazy. Oh, wow. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, bro, Super is so good.
I believe the previous record was held by BTS's Map of the Soul 7, who, by the way, are breaking records themselves. In
Yo, I made Map of the Soul. Wait, Map of the Soul 7? You out there? How do you, bro? That album is so good and like so iconic. Okay, and they've out. Oh, whoa, that is crazy. The 17 is huge, and I respect it.
BTS's Map of the Soul 7, who, by the way, are breaking records themselves individually. Jimin now has the longest charting Korean solo song on the Hot 100, finally surpassing
Let's go.
Psy's Gentleman from 2013.
Wait,
and of
you
course,
passed
SUGA debuted at
Gentleman?
number 2 on the Billboard 200, only one of 2
my
Korean
boy
soloists
Yoongi.
to ever do
That's my boy
so,
Yoongi.
alongside fellow member Jimin. Can you imagine if the two talented artists, SUGA and August D, battled it out for that throne, though?
That's what I'm saying. August, hear me out. Go at these. Go at BTS. Go at RM. Go at. I'm a BTS. Listen, Army. I don't know if they're gonna find this video. I'm a fan of y'all.
Hey,
Facts.
BTS. Oh, Sugar is August D. Wait, what? What the not?
Facts. Yeah, you know that rap line.